Sorry, little one.
Welcome to another video, and today we are playing Sharks and we're saying goodbye to our good friend Toad. Let's start with a pot of greed. Now Toad is banned. Konami has banned Toad, but that does not mean that decks that play Toad have to be put into the graveyard. They were playing rank 4 Sharks. We're making a Stealth Crag and we're sending some back row. We're passing. Now rank 4 Sharks is an interesting deck. There are some cool combos you can do with it. But we made a mistake. We said 2 back row. Konami has added Feather Duster to our opponent's hand. Can the opponent get out of this though? Automatic pickup. Gonna add an automatic card. We're gonna ash that. Hope that our opponent doesn't have combo plays in hand. We do have the ability to pop with Stealth Kraken. But opponent is passing. No starters in hand. Alright. Can Beautiful get us started? Looks like opponent has an ash of their own. A little unfortunate. But we can keep going here. Unfortunately, we drew the Crystal Shark. The other shark is the one that special summons itself and lets us do rank 4 XC. But let's get in, make a Zeus, pass the opponent. Zeus is going to be able to wipe up these continuous spells. So if our opponent just summons a monster, we can Zeusify. Opponent with a second automatic pickup. Searching for a prismatic automatic para. Discarding to add 2 automatic cards to hand. Well, Zeus is going to clean this up. Wait till they summon 2 monsters, and before they XZ, looks like opponents use their normal summon. Let's clean up the board. Send everything in graveyard. Opponent is not got any more plays. Alright, can we draw something to close this out? Fusion Destiny. It's perfect. Now, you know me, I love Fusion Destiny. We got super lucky with that pot. Did not banish any of the materials. Let's get in for lethal damage. Wait a minute. There we go. There's the lethal damage. Gotta summon the Destiny Hero Denier. Opponent sees it, and they're out of here. Alright, so see, Sharks, still powerful. You don't need Toad. You know, copium. Let's go on to the next game. At the end of the video, I will have the full Toad deck list, and we'll do one game with Toad. We'll say our final farewell to Toad, so stick around to that, because we'll have that. Alright, Bullish Barrel. Gonna be able to let us send a right-hand shark to the graveyard and special summon it, but opponent with the Ash Blossom. Gonna negate that. Called by the grave. Now the reason we're doing this first is because we don't want to banish it with Pot by mistake. Also a bit of a risk with Fusion Destiny. If we activate Pot, we could banish the materials for DPE. So I'm gonna try and make DPE before activating the Pot. Let's special summon the right-hand shark, normal summon the Remora. Go into Bahamut. Now our boy Toad we could have made here if this was the Toad inclusive deck, but Konami has banned Toad, so Toad is not here. We gotta settle for Utopic Future. Utopic Future gonna rank up into the Draco Future. Very vulnerable to Nibiru, but we don't have a choice now. Activate, get the DPE. Great include to a deck that has been hurt by Konami. Let's finish it off with a Pot of Greed, try and draw some hand traps. Don't draw any hand traps, but do draw some nice payoff for next turn. Check what we banish quickly. Utopia double or nothing banish means we can't do that combo, but that is okay. Opponent with Therions. Let's hold here. Small World. Going to reveal a Machina to search for a Machina Fortress. Okay, very cool. Opponent playing Machine deck. Opponent summoning the Fortress and activating the Therion King Regulus. We are going to negate. It is a once per turn effect. So let's negate with the Utopic Future. Opponent, do you have any more plays here? Opponent set in a back row and passing. Alright, let's get popping. Pop the back row. DP gonna come back. Special summon DP here. DP doesn't see as much play anymore, but his card is still amazing. Let's normal summon Beautiful. Special summon. Get some rank 4 action going on. Buzzsaw. Gonna make Lantern Shark. Going to make a Stealth Kraken. And get poppin'. Pop this Machina Fortress. Deal 1050 life point damage. And get in. For lethal. Opponent. Feeling the power of sharks. Alright. That was pretty sweet. The shark's still good. Still very strong. Beating the new Therions. Let's go on to the next game. Alright. Now, you're going to want to consider your options, because there's a lot of options to put in the deck. Sharks is interesting. Definitely max C, something you want to avoid. Now, our goal here is right hand into Crystal Shark. And we'll see how it works out. Right hand is going to make the monster that we XE indestructible by battle. So, sometimes that's good enough. It's Crystal Shark. Special summon. Hey, Stealth Kraken. Set Super Poly. Pass the turn. I'm pretty high on Crystal Shark, actually. Crystal Shark has been pretty impressive. Opponent with Cosmic Cyclone. Alright. Alright. And playing Sword Soul, potentially. Alright, let's pop that Tiny Spirit Vishuda before it can get off any more action. Opponent gonna banish it with the Taya to make the token. Alright. What is opponent gonna make? Going into Dragite. Interesting choice. Not sure why they would go into Dragite here. I would have thought it would be better to make the search, but maybe opponent has no worms in hand. They're attacking, they did not read, so they don't know. The sneaky play, right hand shark at the end. This card can't be destroyed by battle. Added to the number 4 Stealth Kraken. Let's get popping. Pop that Dragite. Opponent didn't know that our Kraken was going to live. Let's attack, and we have the option of making a Zeus here, but I'm not going to make the Zeus. I like the Stealth Kraken being undestroyable by battle. If it gets popped, we get to summon the Kraken spawn, and because Sword Soul has the token, Sword Soul is a water, we can actually pop that with a Kraken spawn. Opponent Lightning Storm choosing to pop the back row. Interesting choice. Summoning the Tiny Spirit Vishuda. We are going to pop that before they can link summon, and opponent is done. We got him. Got Sword Soul with sharks. Alright. That was pretty sweet. Let's go on to the next game. See, our shark friend may have lost his Toad buddy, but we always have Toad in the pet zone. Toad in the pet zone cannot be banned. Let's Buzzsaw. Get that right hand shark. Get the Bahamut. And we're going to go straight into our Utopic Future. Probably the strongest play you can make with Buzzsaw. Now we are locked into Xyz, which means we can't Fusion Destiny, but we can save that for next turn. And we can set the Super Poly. We got a double or nothing we can discard. So let's pass the opponent, see what they got. Opponent activating Warrior of Atlantis. We are not going to negate that. This is Umi Control, and I am an expert on Umi Control, I will say. With confidence. Opponent searching. What are they going to add to hand here? Choosing to add the Solemn Strike. Very interesting. They can negate the Utopic Future's effect, but it will not be destroyed because it can't be destroyed by card effects. Opponent summoning Yoshiro the Aqua, and they are going to activate, targeting a water monster in the graveyard, a special summon, and they're going to try and do a rank 4. So they've used their normal summon. I'm guessing they don't have a way to summon the Ocean Dragon Lord, so we're going to use our negate here. Take Yoshiro, also a card we can use. So let's get stealing. If you negate a card on the field with Utopic Draco Future, you get to steal it. Opponent activating Legendary Ocean, going to reduce our level, but that's fine. We got sharks. Sharks do not care about having their levels reduced because of the modulation effect. You can treat Buzzsaw as a level 3 or 5 monster, and opponent is done. They're out of here. Can't handle the sharks. Got him. Alright, let's do one more game, and then we will honor Toad with a final Toad game. Now everyone knows Toad is being banned because of sprites being added to the game. At least that's what we think. Sprites going to abuse level 2s, and they were going to abuse Toad, and it was going to make everyone sad. That's what people are saying. But I think they just cope. They just need, to come up with a reason why Toad was banned, and they can't accept it. He was just too adorable. Konami couldn't let us have him anymore. They knew that once we bought the Toad, that we wouldn't need to get any other cards. So they banned Toad so that we would have to build new decks. It's the way that it is. Opponent is going first and they're playing Sword Soul. Now, we have a pretty cool play to get rid of this Sword Soul board. We'll see if it works. Opponent summoning Brondifleur. Got their Monster Gate, they got their Omni Negate. They got 1200 damage. And let's show up how you deal with Sword Soul playing Sharks. Now we got Pot of Desires here. Now we don't have our DP in hand. This could eat a negate from the Brondifleur, but let's give it a shot. Opponent also has an Ash Blossom. Very awkward. Not much we could do about that though. Pot negated. Let's normal summon. And opponent very annoying to Max C. Now, if opponent didn't have Max C, we could probably get really high on card advantage here, but the way that we deal with Baron and the Sorghul Grandmaster, Max C is going to mean that they're going to draw a lot of cards, so there's nothing really we can do here. We got to special summon the Angler. We got to rank out or XE into Stealth Kraken, and Stealth Kraken is going to make these monsters all water, which means we can activate Super Poly and polymerize these two bad boys here. What I should have done is that, but I chose to activate Stealth Kraken first. Try and see if opponent chose not to negate, which is a mistake. We're going to Super Poly. Because Stealth Kraken makes these monsters water and they have different attributes, we can Fusion Summon using Super Poly. Fusion Shokan into a Mood Dragon. Now, they negated successfully, so we do give our opponent an additional card, which is not ideal. Run that Max C. If any card deserves to be banned, it's Max C. I can't believe Konami banning Toad and not Max C. So rude. Opponent up to 6 cards, gonna draw a card up to 7. But we got Pop. We can't be targeted because of Mood Dragon. So our Kraken spawn's doing okay. Let's see what the opponent's got. Opponent setting a card, activating Raigeki. Not ideal, but we're not out of this yet. Kraken spawn's gonna resummon the Stealth Kraken and attach a material. So we still got a Pop here. Opponent with Ecclesia, gonna get a free special summon from the deck. Summoning the Taya, we're gonna pop it. And of course, opponent also has Mo Yi. They still got 3 cards in hand. Thank you, Maxi, for drawing probably about 5 or 6 cards there. It's gonna power us out. Opponent summoning Grandmaster, drawing an additional card from Mo Yi, and they're gonna be able to synchro into a level 10 again, which should be an easy way for them to get through our Stealth Kraken. But they also have a Kaiju, so not even gonna pop it. Let's get the Kraken spawn back. Opponent going for Strategist. Synchro into a second copy of Baron. And that is pretty easy game here. Opponent, do you have 2 foil Barons? Opponent has a foil Baron and they have a prismatic Baron? No, that's 2 foil Barons. Opponent flexing on us. Konami, if you watch this, ban Max C and unban Toad. That is my wish. Let's get in for lethal damage on ourselves with the 0 attack Beautiful Princess. And you know what? That was so sad. And you know what we're going to do? We're going to play one more game with the Toad. An opponent taunting us with Toad Pet. Let's go. Alright. I put Toad back in the deck. We're going to summon him one last time. Press F to pay respects. Normal summon Lantern Shark. Special summon the Silent Angler from hand. Go into Stealth Kraken. Activate the effect of the XE Remora. Remove the 2 materials. Summon back our 2 fish. Special summon Bahamut. And here he is. Let's make that Toad boy. Beautiful animation. We'll never see it again. Crystal Shark gonna summon itself. Make another. Number 4 Stealth Kraken. This is not once per turn, so you're gonna want to jam as many of these as you can into your deck. Let's pass the opponent. Beautiful Toad. Will you get to negate one last time? What's happening? Opponent, how rude. Turning our Toad into a Kaiju, symbolizing how he is being destroyed by other cards, and it's not his fault. Opponent activating Pot of Desires to Pot of Greed, draw 2. Summoning a Eater of Millions and a Gizmek Orochi. Let's get popping. Pop with the Stealth Kraken. Pop with the other Stealth Kraken. Opponent setting a face down. Pass into us. Well, you know what? The one good thing about Toad is he restores himself back to life. Maybe this is representative of Toad pulling himself off the ban list. Let's activate Bahamut Shark. Special summon Toad a second time. Opponent activating Hopier Squadron, trying to synchro. I don't think so. No quick synchros for you. Let's pop with the Stealth Kraken. Get that Gizmekarochi out of here. No synchro summoning. This today is about Frog. Get this boy back on the field. Switch our boys into a Anaconda Verte. Get rid of that Kaiju. Special summon DP from the deck before we activate our pot. DP on the field. Let's activate the pot after we pop that Hopier Squadron. There we go, get potting. Nice little draw too. Opponent, rudely activate Ash Blossom. Are we going to use Toad's Negate to steal that Ash Blossom? No, he's too beautiful. We would never give him up just to draw 2 cards. No 2 cards could be better than a beautiful Toad. Let's pop the opponent's monster using our Verte and get in for lethal with Toad, but opponent not going to let it happen. They're going to get out of here. And you know what? We're going to get out of here too. Goodbye, Toad. We'll miss you. Let's go on to the deck list. Alright, here is upgraded Sharks with no Toad. I'm running triple Beautiful, triple Ash Blossom, 1 Destiny Hero Denier. We got triple XZ Remora to do cool fish plays. We got Silent Angler at 3. We got 1 Right Hand Shark. We got triple Lantern Shark. We got triple Buzzsaw. We got 2 Abyss Sharks, 2 Crystal Sharks, a Destiny Hero Dasher, Foolish Burial, gonna let us send the Right Hand Shark to the graveyard, 2 Pot of Desires. Now, I wasn't playing Pot of Desires in this deck before, but it's mostly level 4 fish, so Pot of Desires is actually pretty good. Might as well play it. Draw 2. You saw how powerful Draw 2 can be. Fusion Destiny. Very powerful card. In a lot of decks, just generically, if you can get 2 bodies on field and you're not locked in anything, just make a Verte. And because we're playing 2 copies of Super Poly, Verte is a pretty live card in this deck. In the main board, we still got 3 copies of White Mirror. Did not get to use it in any of this gameplay, but it is quite strong. You can target a fish in your graveyard, special summon some fish onto the field. We got 2 copies of Super Poly. We got Double or Nothing for the Utopia 1000 attack combo. We got 2 Called by the Graves of triple Imperm. Lots of space in this deck for hand traps. In the extra, we have replaced Toad with Moondragon of the Swamp and a Starving Venom. Gonna let us use Super Poly to steal our opponent's monsters. We got 1 DP. We got Utopic Future combo, which does take up a lot of slots. This is 4 slots for this. 1, 2, 3, 4 slots, but it is worth it as a replacement for Toad. And I'm saying it's 4 slots, it's actually 5 because we need the Full Armor Black Ray Lancer to rank up your Nightmare Shark you saw in the game. We got Utopia for the Utopia double combo, which of course we also have Utopia double for. Stealth Kraken part 2, and a Kraken spawn. We got Divine Arsenal Zeus, and a Predaplant Anaconda Verte. Hope you liked today's deck list. I'm sorry Toad had to go, but, you know, blame Konami. Maybe one day Toad will be unbanned. We can all believe. Please pay respects for Toad in the chat. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Have a good night.